Are you bloody joking? The human is starting today. I'm stuck in a different sector for 2 more space months. One with good behaviour. Corporate's really going to let that wrinkly-brained simian run my station on their own. Are they mental? Okay, no need for me to short-circuit. The onboard AI can handle this. He is me, after all. Even if their species is as painfully daft as they say, all they need to do is not blow up the ship, maintain my legitimate business, and follow orders. Well, maybe I can send them a card. Sorry your planet blew up. And welcome to Space Co. Well, alright. I guess you can man the pumps for now. Why don't you go ahead, look for the display controlling the radio. I imagine humans have radios, yeah? How about you switch it to a different channel or something? I hate this song. I don't like this one either. Whatever, I guess it's your decision. Anyways, your job is simple. See those gas pumps over there? Good. So listen, ships are gonna fly in. You're gonna wait for them to land, not get crushed by them, and fill them up. Once a ship lands, you're gonna go grab a pump. Click on the highlighted fuel port. After that, line the needles up. Click again. Get the credits. Easy.
Oh, you haven't seen them yet? You will. They're sneaky, they're red, they're lumpy, and they think just because they survived 3 terraforming recalls and a coffee war, they're qualified to run a hydroponics bay? They don't even eat plants. They absorb moisture through their knees. Their knees, people! Last week, I saw one try to...
Alright, now wait. Don't click or stop until the needles are lined up. That's how we make the most credits. In case it wasn't clear, human... Credit. Okay. So, this was news to me, but apparently you were hired as interim manager. Figured you were just fit for handling gas, but corporate seems desperate to fill the last guy's position. It is what it is. Listen, management notices you've got the ability to push buttons, and that's the kind of explosive talent we need at this juncture. Why don't you head on over to the bridge? I'll unlock the doors for you.
On the nav console, I've seen Martians reroute coolant through a library. I've seen them pray to a lamp. One time I caught one slow dancing with a printer, and the printer liked it. If we let them keep climbing the command ladder, folks, we're gonna end up with a fleet admiral who thinks oxygen is a suggestion. Martians, humans, 2 arms of the same meat puppet. One smells like coffee farts, the other like battery acid and broken dreams. Either way, we're boned. Look.
Oh, blimey. Look at that mess. Okay, look. Before we can do anything here, we need to get this trash situation sorted out. Go on, pushing buttons and grabbing things. You're a natural. Okay, so we can't keep this stuff stinking up the joint. We need to take this bag to the airlock. Open up your map and make your way there. I'll unlock the doors for you. Don't forget the bag.
For the interstellar jump gate system, whisker spacing, precise, symmetrical, paw print signatures in the margins. Ever wonder why every starship starts malfunctioning near warm surfaces? Because cats coded the engines to seek naps. Why do you think maintenance hatches are just big enough for something 4-legged and smug to squeeze through? Why do cargo crates mysteriously fall over when you're about to win an argument? Why does your AI suddenly say, "I'm sorry, I can't do that, Drek," right when you're opening the tuna storage bay? Because the cats
Alright, drop
are
the bag.
still in the
Now, you
system.
see that button? Just outside the airlock
They
door.
won't admit it.
That's going to
They've
open
scrubbed
up the airlock to the cold, dark vacuum of space. I'm going to need you to go ahead and click that button. Just make sure you're not in the airlock when you click it. Don't make me have to train another human.
When you could pet your ship's chief engineer and not get slapped with a misconduct claim. When fur in the coolant line meant you were in good paws. Now we've got humans fiddling with panel logic like it's a Sudoku puzzle, and Martians trying to integrate energy flows through interpretive dance. Bring back the cats. Bring back order. All right, space citizens, buckle in and keep your tinfoil calibrated, because this one's been cooking in the back of my brain like a solar omelet. The moon is sentient, and it hates us. Helix, they say. The moon's just a rock. A rock doesn't follow you across the sky for all of human history, Jerry. You ever notice how the tides line up perfectly with your worst emotional decisions? You ever stare into a full moon and feel like it's judging you for eating that entire asteroid burrito? That's not guilt, that's lunar psychic projection. Documented in 17 separate ancient space tablets, all mysteriously lost in a meteor incident. Yeah, okay. You think it was aliens that blew up Earth? Wrong!
Great
It
button
was a
clicking.
strategic betrayal by our nearest neighbor, a silent
All right.
sky orb with a grudge.
Fantastic. You've learned about our cutting-edge trash disposal unit. You know a bit of the station now. Perhaps everyone was wrong about you. Now then, let's head to the center of the station, where the shop was. I've got a surprise for you.
12 moons that aren't even itself. Why does a moon need a condo, huh? I have photographic proof the moon has blinked twice. One time on live holocast and nobody said a thing because we've been trained not to see it. Wake up, the moon isn't your friend. It's not romantic, it's not poetic, it's a giant...
Here's the surprise. Now you've got 2 jobs. Gas attendant, shop attendant. You'll be doing it all. Anyways, you're gonna need to learn about building things, like shelves. Why don't you go ahead, open up your build tool, and put a couple of shelves down. I've put some credits in your account to get you started.
Patterns, the unusually warm horoscopes, and now I know the truth. The sun has a favorite species.
Fantastic. I'll put a couple more credits in your account. Don't worry about paying me back, it's already taken out of your paycheck. Now we need to get those shelves stocked. Head back to the bridge, find the computer with all the snacks for purchase, and order yourself some products for customers to buy.
Crystals only resonate for the flare-born, that their skin glows under direct exposure while the rest of us get sunstroke and hallucinate our tax debt? No. Oh, and who gets all the free energy subsidies? The light-skinned solar lizards with photosynthetic temples and organic space farms. Meanwhile, I put one reflective dish on my dome to siphon a little gamma buzz, and suddenly I'm committing thermal theft. Bite me. I've seen it. I've felt it. The solar codes are not random. They're targeted transmissions. That's why my printer keeps speaking in riddles during solar maximum. I don't care if you're a hydrogen-sucking, neutrino-huffing academic. You can't explain why the sun keeps accidentally flaring over civilizations on the verge of revolution.
I'm not gonna lie. You've been able to do it all so far. I was told your species was dumb as a bag of space rocks, and yet here you are using computers, pushing buttons, building shelves and whatnot. Surprising. Anyways, the delivery is on its way. You should meet the pilot at the cargo bay. Don't keep him waiting.
I understand everything.
Brave. And also horrifying. Go on.
The sun spoke to me, man. It called me bro, said I was not the chosen waveform. It melted half my eye but downloaded a prophecy into my spine.
This is the cargo hold. See the ship just outside. If not, it'll be here any moment. You can't miss it. Just walk up to it and interact with it to get the products you ordered.
Bees. Space bees, Helix. Space bees get better treatment than us. I've been saying it for
Okay,
years.
you got the shipment.
My furniture's
You
about
can put it on the cart just over there.
as I go.
Or you can run it to the shop right away. Anyways, what I'm going to need you to do is grab that crate, walk it to those pretty little shelves you built, and start stocking them with products.
If we don't demand equal solar representation, we're gonna be left in the goddamn cosmic shade. Black holes. The scientific community calls them mysteries, a gravitational anomaly, a space-time singularity, a swirling pit of unknowable mass.
Fantastic. The store opens at 9 sharp.
And I'm a
Customers will be
Federation
arriving at the
certified
station soon.
man.
Try to tolerate their presence long enough to get their credits. They'll line up at the register when they're ready to check out. Also, mate, ships still need fuel. You've been working on that, right?
And that's right. The whole can't escape the event horizon thing, that's not physics. That's policy. Once it goes in, it stays in. Forever, just like my first marriage and every planetary defense grant I've ever applied for. You ever ask yourself why we've never gotten a probe back? Huh? Not one. Not even a voicemail.
The space store is officially open for business. Customers are starting to pour in now.
I have reports, unclassified only because they were printed on napkins, that say old military tech has been showing up missing from deep storage. You know what else is missing? Entire moons. Cult leaders. The recipe for Galactic Cola Classic.
All right, fantastic.
They're tossing it on
Look,
us.
customers could be a bit rough with their products. Grab them, scan them, and drop them in the bin. Don't let them fall on the floor.
It's all cataloged by what lives in the core. Building back up, now furious. You think it's a coincidence that every waste contract ends with offloaded to gravitational anomaly? It's a scam,
Wonderful.
a recycling racket.
By the way, human,
We're not throwing things away.
not everyone you see owns a
We're
ship.
feeding them.
Some of them prefer the convenience and risk of complete obliteration via teleporter.
It's watching us.
Teleporters you need to operate. You're going to have to go on down to the teleporter room and help them get out of here before they realise just how stale those snacks were.
It's been judging us this whole time. I saw my old toaster in a deep field scan. I'm not making this up. It had teeth now, and it blinked. I didn't throw it away. The Federation did. With my tax credits. Welcome back to the Patriot Power Hour, the only show powered by facts, rage, and a small illegal reactor under my floor. And today, I'm coming for the real criminals, Space OPEC. That's right, the Outer Planetary Energy Cartel, aka the same slime balls who've been artificially limiting fuel reserves while sitting on enough graviton oil to ignite a nebula. We're just regulating the flow, they say. Regulating? Buddy, I've seen less choking in a Martian mime tournament. Do you know what I paid for a liter of Phase 2 flux gel last week? 28 credits! That's more than I paid for my last exosuit and the trial to get custody of my clone. Why? Because some interstellar trust fund larvae on Titan decided they didn't feel good about drilling this cycle. Oh, but they felt great about selling moonbeam futures to the hyper-rich. Great job, Draxel! Now I can't even warm up my protein slop without bartering a kidney. You know who's letting this happen? The Galactic Federation, of course. They say, oh, we're switching to renewable zero-point energy. Yeah? Try using Zero Point to run a freighter full of angry Martians with demanding protein schedules. I'll wait. Spoiler, you can't. You ever try to bribe a port authority with good vibes? No. You need fuel, you need credits, and Space OPEC is hoarding both. And let me ask you this. Where's the fuel actually going? I've got reports, leaked from inside a gas giant, that suggest Space OPEC is storing flux reserves in privately owned wormholes. You heard me. They're using wormhole vaults. That's like hiding your piggy bank inside a black hole and telling your grandma it's for emergencies.
Now just keep the circle inside the other circle. All right, mate. Looks like you've got this more or less under control. Listen, I'm relying on you to keep things running. They said with good behaviour, I can be back at the helm in no time. The station is yours. I mean, you can't exactly leave, but at least now you're not stuck in the gas station. Oh, that reminds me. We've rigged up the station with signage throughout letting you know what needs attention. Under no circumstances are you to go into the hydroponics bay. Seriously, I mean it. Do not go there. It's boring, quite frankly. There's nothing there for you to see. Just empty, really. So, yeah, just don't. Understood? Great. Have at it. I'm sure we'll be in touch.
We're being lied to. They've got the juice. They just don't want you to have it. Because if you had power, you wouldn't need them. See you next cycle, Patriots. Bring a flashlight. And maybe a decoy Milton. I finally got it. The proof. Fusion core shortage? Fake. Rolling blackouts? Manufactured. Cosmic supply drought? More like cosmic BS. Serious. I've got coordinates. I've got a retirement clone registry password stolen from a malfunctioning toaster at a lunar flea market, and I'm gonna hack it right now. Logging into the Unified Clone Leisure database. Login, not a 3_42. Password, fast let me in, 123. Access granted. I'm in. Oh, stars. Look at this. Clone 77B, formerly Sergeant Blackout, station on Pluto Storage Unit 8. Purpose guard duty, fuel stabilization oversight. That's a fancy way of saying Fusion Core babysitter. Clone 12K, still clocked in. Says he hasn't taken a break since 2364. He thinks he's still on shift.
All right, human. You've done good. The store is closed for the night. Tend to the station, or, if you feel you've done a good job, go ahead and crash in your bunk. Hey human, I know I said build shelves, but you can build a lot more of that. Customers are coming in looking for something cold after a long teleporter queue, and here you are, depriving them from giving us their credits. Build a fridge or something. There you have it. This fridge has the ability to do something remarkable. Keep cold things cold. Drinks and alcohol are now available for purchase. Make sure you keep a variety of products to keep the customers happy. phenomenal. We've teleported so many folks that management has allowed us to add a new interstation teleporter. It's available for upgrade over at the upgrade terminal on the bridge. Human, just turn around and tend to the station. There's nothing. Are you serious, mate? You're lucky I forgot to repair those turrets. Well, congratulations. You're officially an accomplice to my secondary business. Let's call it gardening. Don't you know what time it is, mate? You're not nocturnal, are you? Why don't you try sleeping in the bunk we were so generous to set up for you? Damn space kids. You heard that noise? Someone's tagged the place. Grab the watering can from the hydroponics bay. Or order one on the bridge and clean that mess up. Makes us look bad. Well, this is a disaster waiting to happen. Oi? Alright. Listen, I know it's tempting and all, but we can fetch meat bags from the vacuum of space really easy nowadays. So, don't try that. Otherwise, the company will start docking your anti-death insurance from your pay. All right, mate. The station is operational. That's progress. What's not progress is the lack of benches. Open the build tool, go to decorative, and plop some benches down for our customers. More benches, more customers. More customers, more credits. Those blinking lights, that boom sound, yeah, meteorites, not a big deal. Find where they hit and patch it up before it becomes a problem. right?
We've fueled enough ships that management has allowed us to expand our docking bay. You can upgrade your refueling port now over at the upgrade computer on the bridge.